and this is Donna Woolham here on the Donna Woolham page. I'm so glad to get to have some time with you today. One of the things that you may notice is some noise in the background. We've got some people out doing construction somewhere, and also my girl Mercy is wandering around, shaking her little head and making little moany noises that she does when she's happy. So if you hear any strange sounds in the background, I just want you to know what's going on there. Hey, and by the way, what do you think? Red hair, huh? Yep, I had decided that I wanted to change the color of my hair. My hair wasn't quite this red when I was young, but it had a lot of red tint in it. So I just decided, you know what? Let's have some red hair. Let's have some fun. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping that you're able to see everything fine and the stream is good. I'd love to hear from you, hear where you are. If you're watching this live, to be sure and say hello and let me know that you're on live. And if you're watching the replay, I'd love for you to just say hashtag replay and let me know that you are also there. I'm just checking. Yep, there we are, right there on Facebook. And this is also streaming out to LinkedIn and YouTube. So thank you to all of the people who follow me over there on YouTube and LinkedIn as well. Today, I want to just share a couple of things, some things really out of my heart, some amazing tips that I am learning. I'm in the process, just like you, every single day, learning how to be the best version of myself. And one of those is the practice of I am a woman who, and I'll describe more of that later. But for those of you who might be watching me and are not part of the Living at My Best Facebook group, I hope that you'll consider joining us. The link for that is in the description. And the simple tagline is Ordinary Women Serving an Extraordinary God. And I hope that you'll come and join me and the other women who are absolutely incredible. I love being part of this community and of just sharing life with them every single day. And also to let you know that the Bold Confidence Activator Intensive is now open for enrollment, and there's a link in the description for that as well. I'll tell you a bit more about that later. But right now, I want to teach you this concept that is really so simple. I can't take credit for it. It is adapted out of James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, and if you haven't read that book, hey, I want you, as soon as we're finished here today, don't do it now. I don't want you clicking off. But as soon as we're finished here, go ahead and go to your favorite local bookstore, or if you don't have a bookstore you go to in your hometown, get the ebook, the Kindle book from your favorite spot. I got a sample of it to read it and fell in love with it, so now I have the hardcover book. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he tells an incredible story about how, as a young man in college, he decided that he wanted something different in life and just began to do these simple, well, in high school really, began to do these simple little habits, and it transformed his life, one simple habit at a time. And I picked up on this one habit about the identification process of habits, that it's not really about what we do that changes us. It's about who we are. And if you've heard me watch some of my videos, I talk a lot about the being and becoming aspect of who we are, that we are day by day being the person that we are becoming. It's the small things that we do. It's the thoughts that we think. It's the emotions that we allow ourselves to be captivated by. It's the Word of God that we pour ourselves into every day. It's prayer, it's community, it's life. And it is intentional life that we invest time being the person that we are becoming. And so this insight from James Clear really resonated with me so powerfully, so that I began to do this little practice. There are things that I want to be better at. I want to be healthier this year. I've talked to you, I've shared with you that this is my year of healthy in all different aspects of my life. And so one of the questions that you ask yourself in the concept of what is the person that you're being and becoming is, what would a person who does XYZ do? So what would a person who is healthy do? What would a person who is an author do every day? What would a person who is an artist do every single day? And so these are the questions that we ask ourselves, but this takes that just one incredible step further. So when you're in the process of your day, instead of saying, what would a person who is, what would that person do? Say, I am a woman, unless, of course, you're a man watching this. I am a woman who. So I was working on my vision board last Sunday night with an incredible woman and some other women who wanted to see that on the backside of the video. But what I did whenever I finished is I had all this clutter all the way around me. I had newspapers around me. I had stick glue. I had some stickers. I had some markers, and I'd done the class and it was a good class and I was happy. And I could have easily just put those to the side and said, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. But instead, because I have so many little projects going on at a time and I tend to have little cluttery spaces, you won't tell on me, will you, that sometimes my office is cluttery? Well, I don't want to be that way. I want to be a woman who cleans up the clutter and creates visually peaceful environments. So, as I was getting up out of my chair, ready to head back into the living room and settle in for the rest of the Sunday evening, I was stopped in my tracks and I said, I am a woman who clears up the clutter. And I stopped in that moment, took 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and picked all of that up and put it away, put it nicely away so that the next morning when I came into my office for my prayer time and Bible reading and journaling, I didn't have clutter all over me because I am a woman who clears out the clutter. Now, I've gone a step further with that, and my sister, I talk about my sister Glenda all the time, and so we have laughed and talked about I am a woman who does fun things, different things, and so it's become a little bit of a joke, but seriously, it is transformational in my life, and I believe it could be transformational in your life too. So I have a question for you. I have a request from you. Would you post down in the comments what you decide you are a woman who? Is there something that has been burning in your heart, a desire for you to have some sort of transformation in an area, a desire to be an author, a desire to be an artist, a desire to be a speaker, a teacher, a leader? Any of those things in your life where you have this desire to be something, could you share with all of us in the comments, I am a woman who, and make that a declarative statement. Now, you know me, and I'm not about all of this new agey stuff. I'm not saying that you're going to say, I am a woman who owns a 3-story house and manifest that into existence. No, what I think happens there is there comes this shift within our personage and in our heart and our mind and our speaking when we declare, I am a woman who. So I would love for you to say that. I know I work with different women and they say, I really want to read the Bible more every day. So how about beginning to say every day, I am a woman who reads 3 chapters of the Bible every day. I am a woman who prays for 30 minutes every day. I am a woman who cleans up the clutter every day. I am a woman who writes 2,000 words every day. I am a woman who goes live on social media so I can practice my speaking skills every day. Who are you? Who are you being and who are you becoming? And share that with me in the comments, please. I want to hear from you. And thanks for doing that. Be sure to share this video with other people. Here it is on my public profile, so you can share it out with others. If you are watching this in the Living at My Best group, you can't share from our group because it's a private group, but you can go to my other pages and profiles and share from there. So I wanted to tell you, can I take just 2 or 3 more minutes and just share with you about the Bold Confidence Activator Intensive. Wow, I am so excited about this, and I want to partner with you over the next 12 weeks. In fact, if you join right away, you'll get 14 weeks of coaching. You get a couple of bonus coaching and some bonus training as well. But it is a 12-week group coaching intensive. And that means that we get together every single week and we talk about the processes that you're moving through. And it's very specifically designed for any kind of leader, entrepreneur, visionary Christian woman who is really hungry to get all of this stuff out of her heart and into the world. And you would like to work in a community doing that. There's a private Facebook group. There's an online digital platform of training, 5 modules, and about 14, maybe 15 different lessons within that with video, instruction sheets, worksheets, downloads, all of that kind of thing. And you can go in there and do the work at your own pace in the online portion of that. And then we come together every single week and you get coaching in the group conversation, and it's live, it's on Zoom, and we have a conversation about that. It's not just me answering your questions. And if for some reason you can't be there live that week, that's okay. You don't have to be stressed about that, because you can ask your question in the group and I will address that live in our conversation in the group coaching conversation. Now listen, that's about the stuff that you get. That's like going to a restaurant and finding out they have a table and chairs and plates, right? You expect there to be tables and chairs and plates and silverware and something to drink when you go to a restaurant. That's not why you go. The reason you go is because of the environment, of the people that you're with, and with the feeling you're hungry and you want to walk out not hungry. And so here's what really happens in the group coaching intensive, the Bold Confidence Activator Intensive. Why did I name it something so big? And I think it's because all of those are important. It is an intensive study. We get down into the work. I have a framework that we work through, and it helps you to have this confidence, first of all, in your mind and your emotions. Because we can get so trapped by the things that we think and the things that we feel that we don't walk out and become the woman that God created us to be. So we begin to address first those kind of things that assault us. We talk about in there how to manage the emotions of fear and overwhelm and imposter syndrome, and how to be more confident in what we're doing, what we're saying, and how we're being. And that shows up everywhere in our life. And just think, if you could have that kind of confidence, what it could mean for your family, if they could see you rise up and become the woman of God that God created you to be, to share the message, to do the work, to serve at the higher level, to be the leader in your company, to be the leader in your church, to be the leader in your community that you are meant to be that employee who really sets the bar super high because you are living out the fullness of who God made you to be, the mom, the grandmother, the aunt, the wife, that really sets the pace of walking in confidence. And you know, we hear a lot of things about confidence, and we could think that that means you're bold and brash and you're in people's faces, and that's not what it means at all. In fact, if you'll go to the website link, donnawoolham.com BCA info, you'll see that I talk about the meekness. Jesus said, the meek shall inherit the earth. And that meekness has to do with the strength and the power that comes from God, and then living out our life in his strength and power. And I don't think that you could ever say that Jesus was weak, right? And he was only confrontational with those who were opposed to God. To most people, he was just open and willing and sharing, and he wanted to call people in. And that's what real bold confidence does. Because not only will you be able then to create this environment in your mind and in your emotions and in your where you live environment, but you'll also be able to face the resistance that all of us have when we're trying to live confidently the person that God created us to be. And for those of you who have a very specific dream or vision or goal, and you feel kind of stuck and you don't know where to go and where to start, we're going to address that very particularly. And there is a system for being able to work through the end to the beginning and create a pathway so that you can get that book written, so that you can get that speech made, so that you can lead that organization or team, so that you can put that nonprofit out into the world or actually create that business from scratch. All of those things are going to be included in that. And when you walk away from this, you're going to walk away centered and calm and excited about what God has for you, because you may come in with just one thing, but this entire information system, this overlay, is going to be able to help you in every single day of your life. And the digital portion is yours for as long as there's the internet, or as long as I'm around to have a website. How about that? It's yours. It's part of yours as enrolling in the 12-week Bold Confidence Activator Intensive group coaching. And if you want to know more about that, the link is in the description. Click there. There's a whole page there. It gives you some information. And then there's another button for you to click and schedule a time for us to have a conversation. Now, we're starting up again on the 16th. And I want to be sure and have you in there and be ready and active. But as soon as you get registered, we are starting live group coaching calls next week on Wednesday. And you will have, the sooner you get in there, the more coaching that you'll receive as part of the process. So I hope that you will private message me, direct message me, that you will contact me by email, donnawoolham.com. You'll go to the website, whatever it takes for you to get the information that you want and you need. I hope that you'll do that. Again, I want to thank you so much for being part of this live stream today on Friday, the last Friday of January 2022 already. And thank you for being part of my life. And please share this out with a friend of yours. Someone you know needs to know more about the process of being and becoming. Someone you know could be really encouraged by just hearing that if they can just say, I am the woman who, that it could begin to shift things for them in their life. And someone you know is actively seeking for a way to get the dreams out of their head and their heart and out into the world. And you could be the one who provides that answer for them. Thanks so much. Have a Living at My Best day. And be sure and join us over in the Living at My Best Facebook group. Bye.